Welcome to Duber's Discussion. I'm your host, Bob Parana. Tonight is the 10th annual Frank Varischetti All-Star Football Game in Brockway. Let's get some insights from North head coach Jake Heigel and take a look at the players for tonight's game. It's Jake Heigel, head coach for the North for Friday night's Varischetti All-Star Game. Jake, first of all, I got to apologize. Last year I blew you off at Media Day, and I still don't know how I did that. So when I saw you in Berg, so please don't take it personal. I'm glad we could catch up.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll never forget you blowing me off. I'll hold that grudge forever.
Okay, well, you got one on me, but we'll see if we can make amends. Hey, how's the week going, buddy? You got to be thrilled being, kind of the hometown coach, leading the troops out there on Friday, getting to know these kids from other schools. How's it been, Jake?
It's been great, and it's quite the honor. It's not me that this game is truly testament to District 9 and District 9 football, and I'm just overwhelmed that the guys I'm getting to coach right now and the programs that are part of the North. I think about all the history that's involved there, and it's a really good week. It's going really well. And, I think that the kids have been fantastic and the coaches have really worked hard so far.
Yeah. You're coming off a little all-star appearance yourself at the East-West, a small school. Yeah. You were a coach for the West, which won, by the way, 14-0. We had a couple. Was there District 9 kids in that, Jake?
There was, yeah.
Yeah, we had
Jimmy Kerr, and then Johnny Varischetti as well from Brockway and Central Clary.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. And then, again, taking that experience, the cool thing, because I had talked to Justin before the Big 33, and his whole thing was, hey, man, they were almost in awe of him, how much football is respected up this way. Did you kind of feel that, we belong and we're good?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way that Jimmy and Johnny played, I think that there's always this old school skepticism when you're stepping into those bigger all-star games of our area, and the way that our guys flawlessly stepped in and held their own and honestly helped take us over the top in that East-West game, we were really thrilled, one, with the P9 guys, and two, it felt like a little bit of, hey, we've closed the gap with the other districts. And it feels like that overall when you look at some of the teams that have made state playoff runs in the last few years.
Yeah. You're coming into this game, and, of course, it's just time. Well, let me real quickly. What's your are you from Brockway originally, Jake?
I actually am from DuBois.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I went to DuBois Central Catholic, and I played through the co-op, but I'm actually a full District 9 lineage because my entire family is from St. Mary's area and went to El Christian, so I have deep District 9 roots.
Yeah, that's so awesome, man. I remember the first time I met you, I was like, all right, this dude's got it together, and it's been fun watching you. Now, along the way, hey, you got, obviously, you need coaches with you. You got one driving for you as we're here. So we'll talk about your staff, which is nice also to have some young blood in there from the former Port Allegheny slinger, Matt Motorber, now up in Kane. How's it going, buddy, with all that? And give me a rundown on your coaches.
I think I introduced Matt as the bane of my existence in high school. Anytime that, other than my freshman and sophomore years, my junior and senior years, I thought we would have a pretty good team. And then Matt was like the Grim Reaper that came to rip our heart out. So he was stone cold killer at quarterback. He's a natural born leader, and watching what he's done with Kane in 1 year is truly amazing. I knew I wanted to have him on my staff. And then Paul Butler from DuBois, he's a guy that's kind of a local hero. He did it the hard way. He went to Akron and then to Cal U, and then found himself on Hard Knocks for the Raiders, playing under John Gruden. And me and Paul have been friends for years, and I've been looking for an opportunity to coach with him. Unfortunately, he's a part of the dark side, as I tell him, coaching at DuBois. So when we had this chance to get him, I had to jump on it. And honestly, he's everything I thought he would be as a coach too. I mean, obviously a phenomenal player, but sorry, I'm singing your praises while you're sitting next to me. But I just can't express the way that kids that gravitate to his attitude and enthusiasm. And Ben Donlan's coaching my defense. He's my defensive coordinator in Brockway, and Ben's talking about another local legend, district champion for Brockway in the early 2000s, kind of has that nasty streak to him. And then my Big Joe Kaczynski was a El Christian, I say El Christian, but El County Catholic Crusader before he went on to play at Clarion University right after I left there. And, having a guy with that kind of knowledge that played under one of the best defensive line coaches in the country in Division II, and then having Anthony Benson is coaching some of our special teams, another guy that scored a lot of touchdowns for Brockway, and then Alex Schaefer-Doan is kind of our eye in the sky, taking a look on both sides of the ball for us. And Alec was a really good quarterback for Brockway as well. So I'm very lucky to have the staff I have with the real good District 9 lineage.
Yeah, and it's just going to be so awesome for those guys, too, when you guys step onto that field Friday. Again, this game, what it means, it's the 10th year. You do have some pressure because you don't want to be the guy that loses a third straight, evens the series up. But as you prepare for that, what's your philosophy going in? We're just going to go do what we think we can do. We'll adjust. Let's just go have fun. But you want to win this game, buddy. You don't want this thing tied, do you?
No, I think I'm sitting here thinking about how this is an all-star game, and I shouldn't give you regular coach speak. So I'll lay it out to you straight.
Okay.
We've been looking at film here for about 3 months since we knew who was on the South and who was on the North. And when you look at the South, you realize how talented they are at the skill position. I mean, you got Jace Ferguson, and you've got that wide receiver core from DuBois playing there, plus the Red Bank kids that fly down the field. And, it's pretty clear that they are, extremely talented at the skill position. So I took a look at our roster and realized we've got some historic, old-school, hard-nosed football team that truly goes back 30, 40, 50 years when you're talking about the Ridgeways and you're talking about, the Canes and the football history there. And then you look at the group that we have coming on our team. Yeah. They are just tough kids. Yeah. And to sit here and say, hey, it's an all-star game, we're here to have fun, I'd be lying. I mean, I have a competitive coaching staff. I know what we're up against. We're up against a team that on paper is far superior when it comes to speed. So what are we going to do? We've got to figure out a formula that works for our group, and I think that we have the coaching staff to do it, have to stay on schedule, have to have our guys bought in on what we're trying to preach this week, and so far, so good.
Yeah, I got to ask you, this reminds me so much, Jake, of 2021 when Justin was guiding the North, and they were loaded in the South. Same thing, speed, all that. That game ended 14-12. If he would have had a kicker, one never knows. So, do you have a kicker, A? And B, you don't know what's going to happen in these games.
Well, here's the thing with all these guys on the All-Star team. When I said who can kick, who can punt, and who can long snap, I think every single kid held their hand up.
Yeah.
They all think they can do all of it. So I have probably 10 kickers, and I don't know if we have one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's one of those where there was a couple of really good ones throughout the district, but I think they were all underclassmen. So it's one of those like, okay, what do we got? What can we do with them? But it is so funny to see these guys interact with each other and be like, no, I can kick, I can punt. Well, did you actually do it for your high school? No, but I could have. Yeah. I could have.
Well, that's the so cool thing that I got to see. Covering all-star games of all varieties. It's just that bond between the kids that literally probably didn't like each other so much in the heat of the battle. But again, as a coach, and you're coaching with foes as well per se, but just to see that dude has to just make you feel cool and good.
Yeah, I think a really good philosophy I picked up from my dad is the number one most important team bonding thing you'll do is eating. Right? Like, where are you going to eat? What are you going to eat tonight? And we've had a really good bonding experience over dinner every night, splitting practices, and to watch those guys just mess with each other and tell stories and to see the guys that didn't like each other start bonding, and all of a sudden, like, they're exchanging numbers.
Yeah.
Guys are talking about where they're going to hang out the next weekend. It's a cool experience to watch, like, mortal enemies become as close as they've become.
And it's a big step for these kids. Some it's going to be the last time to put a uniform on. And obviously they deserve all these accolades, and you want them to go out and just enjoy themselves. But again, do you see a little bit of sentimental that, gee, this is going to be it for me? I mean, has anybody kind of showed it, Coach? I'm excited, but I'm kind of bummed type thing,
I think it hit them tonight.
Yeah.
Because that's really the last full padded practice. And you watch them and you kind of say to them, in reality, you're 48 hours away from the last time you'll probably ever strap it up. And the guys that are going on to play in college, there's no guarantee there, right? Like, there's no, if you're lucky, you get to touch the field in college. And to say to them, this could be it. The eyes kind of shot up a little bit, and the realization hit, and that, I think that contributed to a nice physical practice we had tonight.
Yeah. And, again, you're the hometown Rovers. When you take that field, it's hard to say how you're going to feel. I'm sure all kind of emotions, but you got to be proud. Like you said, it's an honor, but you got to be proud of the whole community and how they've incorporated this game with the hometown festival and all. And it really is, Jake. I mean, the development that they've done down in that area and people coming, man, it's like a gem. And to be part of that, again, I hate to keep asking you almost the same question, but you got to be blown away.
I get, with my job, I get asked if I would, if I ever moved, would I coach anywhere else or would I want to? This is the only place I've ever wanted to coach.
Yeah.
And it's because of the town. I mean, the town of Brockway embraces football. And I think every small town feels that way. But when you ask anybody in District 9, when you show up on a Friday night, I mean, there was years when I first got here where we were losing by 30, 40 points, and the crowd was still great. I mean, they come to support you no matter what.
Right.
And what they've done with this All-Star game, what the Varischetti family has brought to this town, I think anybody who's remotely connected to the program is forever indebted to them. And to truly get the real vibe of what District 9 football is all about, and do this full week, and then this culmination of what is, I call it a carnival.
Yeah.
It's like a carnival for this game, and bringing out all the sponsors they do. It's so great for our district. It's so great for these kids, and it's so great for the town of Brockway.
Yeah, and I know you're going to have a ball, my friend, and while I can't be there, like I told Nick, my heart will be there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you media day and talking to you. And just go have yourself some fun. And like I said, the whole idea, what I'm trying to do is just get the positivities out there. Every day isn't, wonderful for everybody. So these little things, they truly help. And I thank you for helping with that message, Jake. It really is something special.
I appreciate that.
And, again, I'll see you media day, and have some fun Friday, my friend.
We will. Go North.